a lot of people appreciate what we are doing, and we appreciate hearing from you. And some people, a few people who are longtime fans have said, could you ease up on the vaccines and the trans already? Like, it's always vaccines or trans that you're talking about, and the COVID vaccines. And when I see that critique, I think, but these are the two places that feel like we are seeing most clearly the failures of the most number of our systems, and we are at a tipping point. So many people are being damaged, and it's not. I'm not obsessed, but I can't avoid it. Like, everywhere you turn, you run into these stories with people getting it way, way wrong and doing damage to people, often who are innocent, right? And I feel like, Jon Stewart going on air and citing institutions that are getting it wrong in many places as the evidence that it's okay to hormonally transition your prepubescent, or stop the development of your prepubescent child. I'm sorry, but have you met humans? Like, do you really have that little understanding of what humans are? And so I guess I have, in some ways, less patience for the people who are going along with the trans thing than for the people who have been hoodwinked by the COVID vaccine authoritarianism and media play that has been so universal. It feels like, actually, because you have been living on this planet, you have enough information to know that this is not okay.
Well, I agree with that. I also think, yes, we did not choose these topics. We would not stick with these topics so long were we free to be talking about what we think is most interesting. The problem is, some stories diagnose the system, and what we are dealing with is a catastrophic failure of our system based on the collapse of every institution on which it depends. And really, I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but it really is every institution. And if you think it's not, I challenge you to find the institution that is even treading water while speaking the truth and looking out for common people. So to the extent that you may find us too long on topics that are really no fun, the reason is because until, these are among the very best ways to see the failure of the system, and the failure of the system really is the meta topic. And until these things correct, we know that we are nowhere, right? These are the glaring instances that most people can see. You know enough to know that, for example, there are two sexes, and that when your major scientific journals start speaking as if that's not true, based on some finding that they imply has been attained by science generally, A, they're lying. B, you can see it. C, your intuition is enough to tell you something is way the hell off. And then it leads you to D, which is, okay, we need an extraordinary explanation to get to why your major scientific journals would be saying anti-scientific things. So we're at least in that quadrant. And that really is the larger point to us focusing on these things and revealing all of these examples. The fact that the examples keep emerging, that we are not having to delve into history to find new egregious examples, tells us that whatever is wrong with our system is still very wrong, and it still owns these properties that, frankly, the public must recapture.